Hello, welcome to a new Cosmos ecosystem video where we're going to take a look at some of the projects in the Cosmos ecosystem. And I know I've spoken about Osmosis in the last Cosmos ecosystem video, but I want to talk about it again because I'm just amazed at how well this token has been doing. And the question is, why is it doing so well considering that the APY is around 64% if you're to stake it? And we know what happens with high APY tokens. I'm personally staying away from the ones that are very high APY because it just ends up dumping regardless if the project is doing amazing or not, or regarding if it's got a utility or not. But with Osmosis, with 64% APY, it's been doing really well and it's been holding really stable, and it just doesn't want to dump, because if it dumps I will be getting in personally. I'm still waiting for that pullback. It may never come, I may regret it, but I want to wait. I want to be patient because I've been in this space since 2017 and I've seen what it's like when the market dumps really hard. I know that we had dumps over 90% for some tokens, not in the Cosmos ecosystem but in Polkadot, for example, and other ecosystems. But yeah, I am going to be patient with this one. I really like the project though, like the FOMO is kicking in for me, but I will still be patient. So think of Osmosis like an all-in-one DeFi tool where you can stake, you can do farming, liquidity farming, for example, and things like that, right? And you can also vote in governance and stake, but you can't actually use the full functionalities of a DeFi product. So for example, you cannot take loans using the Osmosis dApp, right? There is no option for that. Like we have seen DeFi products that offer that functionality. With this one, it's not possible. I'm not sure if they're going to build it eventually, but you just can't, right? So it's an advanced DEX. Think about it this way. It's an advanced DEX because you do have access to different variations of pools, different functionalities. And I have asked in their Telegram group if they're planning to give us airdrops for holding Osmo, and apparently they didn't confirm anything yet. So it could be possible in the future, but I am doubting it in a way because and I'm going to talk about why I'm doubting it, because of an existing airdrop right now which has been announced, and why you actually need to hold in the Cosmos ecosystem to get that airdrop, right? And because Osmo is not there, I'm kind of doubting that they will be doing that. Perhaps the team just doesn't want to. Okay, but if you're from the team, if you're from the community, if you've been following Osmosis since the beginning, let me know in the comments below. By the way, will it happen? Do you know? Are you closer to the team? Did it tell you anything? But looking at the price of Osmosis, like I said, I'm waiting for that pullback because it's had a massive run up. Like for example, ever since Osmosis has listed back in October of last year, and apparently people that held the Atom in their wallets, or if they had staked Atom, they actually received an Osmosis airdrop. Imagine that you got this gem of a token for free for simply holding Atom, and that's why Atom has been doing so well in this last bull run, and why so many people are bullish on Atom, while Cosmos may be different than Polkadot because there are no parachains with Cosmos. It does give you all these free airdrops, which is kind of the same if you think about it, right? And of course, there are some limitations to these airdrops. So if you're staking Atom, then you are getting a bigger airdrop than if you're not staking it, if you're just holding it in your wallet. So that's something to keep in mind. But it seems that for most airdrops, you need to hold at least 10 Atom to get some airdrop. If you only hold one, it's just not enough, right? So yeah, around $5 when it listed, it dumped to around $4.30 on two different occasions, and then it's been on a massive run up considering the humongous API of over 64%, which just amazes me that these people that have been holding Osmo didn't feel the pain of the bear market that we felt when Bitcoin dumped from 69K all the way down, right? The token has just been pumping and pumping and it just didn't matter, right? So the question is, will this pump maintain? Will it accumulate and will it pump once again? I'm personally going to be patient. Sure, I may regret missing out on this, but I'm also aware from experience that pullbacks will come, okay? Next, let's talk about another project. Somebody in the comments did mention this one when I was doing the last Cosmos ecosystem video, actually the very first one I should say. Thorchain, which is one I haven't mentioned because I mentioned Osmosis and Juno network, but I skipped Thorchain and they were a bit annoyed. Maybe they're a Thor holder for sure, or a Rune holder I should say, because the token is Rune. So this is what Thorchain is about, right? The whole ecosystem is about providing tools for different functionalities such as arbitrage, such as DAOs, such as insurance, and also liquidity provider tools, network explorers, swap interfaces, NFT collections, and name service. So that's why that person is obviously bullish and probably invested in Thor as well, because they're offering all these different services, which does make you bullish at the first look, right? And that's why Thor is on has got such a high market cap as well, if you think about it. And this is one of the tools here. the Tor swap functionality here, which is a DEX, kind of similar to Osmosis, right? You can provide liquidity, you can swap, you can deposit. I'm assuming you can stake Rune as well, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. Please quote me on that if you think you can stake it. I'm assuming you can stake it, but I don't know because, like I said, I'm new in this ecosystem. But the price has not been doing that well, to be honest. It's 893 at the moment. There are 500 million as the total supply. The circulating supply is 330 million at the moment. So in a way, that's a good thing because most of this is in circulation. A lot of it is in circulation. There's not like a huge ratio between the circulating supply and the total supply because I'm always concerned about that. But with this one, it's all right. So as you can see, this one listed all the way back in March of last year, and it was 466. It had a massive pump to 17 bucks when everything else pumped back then. Then it had a huge dump all the way down to 350. So this was a brutal dump here. I don't know if this was a pump and dump or just FOMO by the community, but then the massive dump followed. Another pump followed after, which was right at the end of the year, just before the end of the year, back in November, when we had that last run up with Bitcoin to 69k, and then we dumped once again. So now it looks like it wants to do another run up here, which could take us to around maybe 15 to be safe. Let's say 15. Maybe it's going to be a bit less, maybe even 12. But nevertheless, it looks good here in terms of the run up here. It doesn't look like it wants to dump straight away. It looks like it wants to continue. So that could be a good thing there for the Rune holders. So yeah, definitely a good thing. I mean, it is a $3 billion market cap. It does beat Kusama by a lot. If you've been following the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem, of course, which is, if you don't already know, Kusama is the canary network of Polkadot, which is basically a copy of Polkadot, but it is a cheaper version of it, right? And then a lot of testing can take place there. So yeah, Thorchain is definitely beating that in the sense that it's definitely got a bigger community. It's got a bigger market cap, and there's more demand for it, right? It's pretty obvious here. Otherwise, how would it even get to this market cap if it wouldn't have demand, right? I just want to talk about this airdrop here next. So actually, I'm not being sponsored or anything by this team, but I just wanted to cover them because somebody in my community mentioned this to me. Now that they know I'm looking into Cosmos, so they told me that once again, if you hold Atom, you do get airdrops. Okay, so they've just announced the Jackal airdrop here. The development of Jackal products is moving along smoothly, and they're happy to formalize a pre-planned snapshot and airdrop timeline for the growing community. 5 million Jackal are going to be airdropped. So the staking details are as follows. If you are holding 20 SC or T, which is secret, and they're staked, you will be eligible for the Jackal airdrop. The same if you hold 10 Juno and they're staked, you'll be qualified. Or if you hold 10 Atom, you'll also be qualified, but you need to stake it. Okay, DEX LP staking is not included in the airdrop eligibility of any network. Exchange validators and delegators will not be eligible for the Jackal airdrop, and the airdrop equation will not be revealed until after all the snapshots are complete. Now, all full Jackal economics papers will be released prior to the April 9th snapshot. Okay, so we could expect a little bit of a price pump for both Juno, for all three, Juno, Secret, and Atom. I think maybe not so much for Atom because it does have a bigger market cap, so it's harder to move the price over an airdrop. But definitely with these two because the market cap is smaller. So that could be a possibility there, that we could see that just before the snapshot and maybe a bit of a pullback when it happens. You will have 21 days to prepare for the snapshot. The Jackal team encourages decentralized communities to conduct sustainable staking practices. For example, stake with smaller active validators, stake to multiple active validators, and stake to meaningful contributors to the network. Stake to active validators that often participate in governance. Okay, so that's important. And if you're not sure how to get access to all these details, it's best to ask in the Cosmos Telegram group because there's no other better place to get information than straight from the source. And finally, just to look at Juno here. So Juno is priced higher than Atom, okay, but it does have a much lower circulating supply. Okay, this is a smart contract hub. Okay, it's not really like Moonriver because they're not trying to bring EVM compatible smart contracts over to Cosmos, but they are a smart contract hub as well, right? So you can build smart contracts on Juno, so they'll grow their own ecosystem in a way. And once again, just like with Osmosis, if you look here, when they first listed back in on the 24th of November, it was around 10 bucks. It dropped around 850, even under 8 just for a moment there. As you can see, 790 for about a day. We had another drop to around 790 here in December, and then it's just been on a constant run up here, constant run up to over $40 to be exact here. It is pulling back a bit now. The question is, will this continue? Will we get another pop here to the upside, or will it continue to dump and pull back? I don't know, because this pump is quite huge, but it's not the kind of pump that usually leads to a dump, right? It's not like one of those direct parabolic pumps which then ends up dumping on you, right? This is a more sustainable pump, which is good, right? So yeah, that's definitely a plus. The market cap is quite high as well, 1.6 billion, almost 1.6 billion. That gives you a lot of confidence in the project that they are developing, they are doing their job. It's not just some random project. There's a reason why they're doing so well. There's a reason why they're ranked so high on CoinMarketCap as well, right? So yeah, I just wanted to cover this and talk about this here. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the ecosystem in general? What other projects would you like me to have a look at from the Cosmos ecosystem? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.